What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Jackal Gold Games or Jackal Gold Kit Games. I'm still not quite sure which name I'll go with for the future, or if I'll just make this content back on the main channel. I don't know. This is a paid request from Larry the Batman fan. He wanted to see me do an updated Wii collection. So shout out to him. Appreciate the paid requests he sends in. Anybody that sends in paid requests is greatly appreciated. So I have all the Wii games here. I'm going to go through them. Now, for most of them, or decent amount of them, I'm not gonna be able to say a whole lot because I haven't played a lot of these yet. Still been trying to complete Silent Hill 3 and everything else managing in life. Because when I play video games, I like to complete and do everything in them before I move on to the next one. So the pace is very slow with them, but I hopefully will eventually get to some of these. So yeah, up first we have Tom Clancy, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, which I have played this on PS2. And I don't think the Splinter Cell series is really for me, to be honest. I don't think I'm really into stealth games, but I did play the PS2 version, so I do know how the game is. But I have heard this game is different on other consoles and ports, but not for me. Not really into stealth, honestly. So, yeah. Up next is the Conduit, which looks like a first person. It's a first person shooter. Haven't played this one, but it does look pretty cool. A lot of these were sent to me by Larry the Batman fan, by the way. Most of these were, so yeah, I just thought I'd say that. But the Conduit. Up next is No More Heroes. I've heard good things about this, but I've never played it. You know, they did like sequels to it as well. There's the inside. Pretty cool. Up next is Ninja Bread Man, which I know is a bad video game that could potentially be talked about in the worst video games part 3 if I ever decide I want to do that. Originally, this was going to be talked about in the worst video games we played, part 1, I think, or part 2, which I think it was part 2, and the copy just didn't work. So this is the newer one he sent. Never played it. It looks like some kind of like what platformer or something. You play this gingerbread thing. Yeah. Up next is Mario Kart Wii. I've only played the Mario Kart games on the very old Nintendo consoles, like the Super Nintendo, and I think the N64. There's the inside. So yeah, I am a fan of Mario, but haven't played this yet, and I haven't kept with the Mario games in a long time. So yeah. Up next is Sonic and the Black Knight. Definitely wasn't a fan of this game at all. I thought it was lame how this game forces you can only use the Wii motion with this. Can't use an actual controller. And I like the music in this game, but I just didn't really care for this game at all, honestly. I talked about this in the worst video games we played, part 2. And to be honest, I don't think I'm really that big into Sonic, to be honest with you. A lot of the games I've tried that Larry sent me of Sonic, besides Sonic Unleashed, I don't think Sonic's really my thing. I mean, I don't mind the movies, but I don't know if Sonic's really my thing, to be honest. But yeah. Up next is Eminem's Go Kart Racing, which is a terrible game. It's awful, terrible. Um, Maybe if Eminem himself was in the game or did songs for it, it could be decent with the name Eminem. But the game sucks. It's a terrible racing game. It controls like shit. It's got stupid dialogue in it. And it's just a bad version of like Mario Kart Racing and games like that. I'd rather play Crash Tag Team Racing on PS2. I talked about this in worst video games we played, part 2 collab. This game sucks. Up next is Domino Rally, which haven't played this one either. So yeah. Up next is Yamaha Supercross, which looks like some kind of bike racing type game. Haven't played this one. I like the disc art though, it's like green. I might be able to get into this because I kind of like ATVs, so maybe I'll like this. But I'm not into like NASCAR and sports stuff like that. Up next is Battle Rage Mech Conflict. Pretty cool. Show the inside. Yeah, I might like this one because whenever I eventually try it, because giant mech stuff can be fun. Transformers, I don't mind, and Pacific Rim was cool. So, yeah. Up next is Super Paper Mario. Have not played this one. I hear it's like a Super Mario RPG pretty much, but I have not played it. I know this is a game that has like I think two manuals, or no, it has like something else in it. I think it's like I don't know what the other thing is in there. Let me see real quick. It's like a register your software thing. I don't know, but yeah, still ain't played this yet. Hopefully, a majority of these Wii games work the controller because I hate the Wii motion remote. I would prefer to use a controller, which Larry the Batman fan did send, which I'm glad because fuck motion controls. Up next is Kirby's Epic Yarn. I have not played this game or any of the Kirby games, but I know it's like a popular series with Nintendo. He's like a popular character, so it'll be interesting to eventually try this one. Pretty cool. Yeah. Up next is The House of the Dead Overkill, which is a zombie game. Haven't played this or any of the games. I've seen one of the movies, and I remember the movie had like Sid Haig in it, but I heard the movie's really bad. I don't know what I would think of it nowadays, but pretty cool. Hopefully, see, I don't know if the controller works with this. It's probably the Wiimote or something. I know you can use like a certain type of gun controller with it, so that's probably pretty cool. The characters do look cool though. We'll say that. I have to try this one day. Should be up my alley since I like zombies, but if it's forced using motion controls, I don't know how I'll feel about that. Up next is Rock Band. Now I followed the Guitar Hero series a lot, which I think this is similar to, but I never played the Rock Band games. So I have to eventually try this. It'll be interesting to see how it is, especially with the mic he gave me. And yeah, it'd be interesting to try this, as I did play the Guitar Hero games growing up. I wonder how those are compared to this. I know this series eventually got fatiguing for people and it died off and they stopped making them. But yeah, Rock Band. Up next is Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the first one, which I have not played this yet. Haven't even seen any of the Star Wars films yet, but I know the guy in this game, his face is based off of the guy that was in The Mist as the military guy. He also did some stuff in The Walking Dead, I think. No, he was just the zombie military guy that Rick shoots in the tank. So that's pretty cool. And then we have Ninja Bread Man again. This is either this one or the other one I shown is the messed up copy. So yeah, I'm not sure which one's messed up, but one of the copies is the one that's messed up. So let me pull this other stack forward. Up next we have Jeep Thrills. Have not played this one. So yeah, I think this is one of the bad games for the collab, but I'm not entirely sure. Then we have the sequel to Star Wars: A Force Unleashed 2, which is pretty cool cover art, same character, same mocap actor. I heard these games are pretty good, but still ain't played them yet. But yeah, pretty cool. Up next is Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, which my brother bought this a while back. Resident Evil 4 is a great game. I absolutely love Resident Evil 4. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. My favorite Resident Evil game. It's got a great main character. It's a awesome series. It's the best Resident Evil in the series to this day. The remake's good, but it can't touch the original. That disc art looks really nice. I like that. But yeah, Resident Evil 4, great game. It's interesting to play on the Wii because you have like this reticle you can control with like the motion control aiming. And some people say it's like the best version in terms of aiming, get used to it. I was able to mostly play with it and stuff like that at my one friend's house, but I don't think I would play this version nowadays because I don't really like motion controls and it's just kind of awkward holding up both to aim right. Like I'll just use the controller. I'd rather play Resident Evil 4 on the eighth generation consoles to be honest, but still cool to have it on the Wii. This is a phenomenal game. Love it. It's greatness. I played that a lot, but I don't know if I ever beat it on the Wii. Up next is Obscure 8, The Aftermath for the Wii, which is a survival horror game or some type of horror game. Pretty cool. It had to be interesting to eventually try that since I like horror and I like survival horror. So yeah. Up next is Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop, which is a really cool cover art. This is an interesting game because it's basically the Wii version of Dead Rising 1 condensed. Them trying their best to do Dead Rising 1 in the Wii compared to the 360 version. I still haven't gotten around to trying this, but I want to one day because it is one of the Dead Rising games I have not played. Yeah, it'll be interesting to try this out one day and see how it is compared to the 360 version. Up next is Wipe Out the Game, which I think is another game, ABC type game, ABC News Company, which I think is another bad game for the collab, though I could be wrong on that. Have not played this one, so yeah, pretty cool. Up next is Medal of Honor Heroes 2, which is like a military first person shooter. Not sure how it is, but yeah, pretty cool. Hopefully, it can be played with the classic controller. Like I said, I hope most of these games can be played with the classic controller. Up next is The Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian, which I've seen the parody Epic movie, which is a terrible parody film that parodied the movie. But this game I have not played and I have not seen the movie. So pretty cool. That'll be interesting to play eventually. Disney's involved with it. So yeah, a lot of these will be interesting to try when I eventually get to it. Up next is Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles, which is a railgun version of Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica, and this new thing with Leon and Krauser, and they have their own campaign, Operation Javier, which I really wish they would remake that, put that in RE4 remake, do some over the shoulder gameplay, because I love the fact that Krauser and Leon has a story, but I just wish they would have made it in different gameplay, because I don't think I'm really big on the railgun stuff. I would be content with Capcom never really revisiting this style, because I wasn't too big on it to be honest. The whole motion control thing maybe it can be all right in co-op, but I prefer my Resident Evil games and over the shoulder, first person stuff like that. But it was the closest to getting Resident Evil 2 remake because it had Resident Evil 2 in there with Leon and Claire. So before RE2 remake, this is like your only way to really get technically an RE2 remake, but pretty cool. I can't remember if I opened it or not. I don't think I have. I don't think I did actually. So let me open it. My this is another game my brother got for the Nintendo Wii. I got far in this. I did some of the Operation Javier, I did RE2, but I got stuck on the Code Veronica game. There was like some boss fight with Steve and Claire, and there was a part I couldn't get past or something. But yeah, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. I know that's also on PlayStation 3 as well. Up next is Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii, which I have not played this, but pretty cool. Which I think, what's this other booklet? I think it's registration type stuff or something. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Up next is Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles for the Wii. Got Wesker on the cover. It's basically same kind of concept as Dark Side Chronicles, but taking Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 0, and then there's like some new thing with Chris and Jill in Europe. And there's something where you play as Wesker in a campaign, which is pretty cool. I didn't get to play this one as much. I don't even know if I got to it because I didn't get Dark Side Chronicles done. Here's the inside of it. Yeah, I don't know, like maybe I will go to this eventually and try it, but I just I don't know. I'm not big on this or Dark Side Chronicles gameplay style. It's just not the kind of Resident Evil I want to play, to be honest. I would like for them to revisit this in Dark Side Chronicles and update the gameplay. That'd be nice, especially the Wesker campaign and the Chris and Jill stuff that they're in Europe and stuff like that. Because I'm just not big on that kind of gameplay they did for this, to be honest. Up next is Brothers in Arms Double Time, which I haven't played this. Looks like it's a 2 disc. Interesting. So there's that. Up next is Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, which I think it's a JRPG or something. Which I don't know if I'd like this or not because I'm not really too big on JRPGs, honestly, not my kind of game. But we'll see what I think of this when I eventually do get to it. I like the anime type style it has, pretty cool. Up next is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Wii. Only played a little bit of the Zelda game on the Super Nintendo, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I barely got far in it. It was kind of dumb. But yeah, pretty cool. It'd be cool to eventually try that because I never played a ton of the Zelda franchise. So yeah, and this is one I requested from Larry the Batman fan, and he got me, which is Samurai Warriors 3. I still haven't played this. This is the only way to play Samurai Warriors 3 in the United States. I have heard this is a pretty bad port. We didn't get Empires, we didn't get Extreme Legends, which really sucks. But I'm still going to play it for myself and experience it because I want to play Samurai Warriors 3 because it was the last Samurai Warriors with the English dub, and I would like to try it out and try out the new characters. And yeah, it's the one Samurai Warriors game I haven't played, and it really sucks that they should have put this out on the consoles, and they should have did a re-release where it has XL and Empires. You know, they really dropped the ball with SW3, but yeah, despite the Wii version I'm hearing being pretty bad, I'm still gonna try this one out because it's the only way to really play it in the US still. Up next is Samurai Warriors Katana, which Larry found out about and got it for me. I didn't even know this existed, to be honest. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a game. I'm a big Warriors fan. I didn't know this was a thing. So I think it's like a first-person Samurai Warriors, but like you with the Wii motion controls, the Wii remote thing. So pretty cool. It's based on Samurai Warriors 2. I have to see how that one is. Up next is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up, which I do like TMNT. I like the original movies. First one's the best though, from the 80s or 90s. It'll be interesting to try this game out. I have never played it, but I do like the TMNT series, so pretty cool. And then lastly, we have Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga. I've only played Lego Batman, but that was a pretty good game. I enjoyed that one. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll have to try that one eventually. So yeah, that's it for the updated Nintendo Wii collection. Thanks to Larry the Batman fan for the paid request. This is all the Wii games I own. A lot of them I couldn't say a whole lot about because I haven't played a lot of these yet, but I will eventually have to play them. Yeah, go subscribe to his YouTube channel, link in the description. Thanks to him for this, and make sure to go subscribe to him, check him out. That's really all I got to say in this video. Peace out.